Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, since 2007, the year of my election, I spoke about the financial management of the resources collected by government. And on many subsequent occasions, I spoke openly about us taking the country to a bad place. And I said, to the brink of bankruptcy. I remember using those words. And when I saw this resolution, Mr. Speaker, and I wondered whether it would take $15 million to do the work. Where's the list? Where is any document indicating that that is what it would take? And Mr. Speaker, I really have to associate myself with the comments made by the member for the 2nd District, because I am equally worried. Equally worried, Mr. Speaker. And whenever I read about the Cayman Islands, whenever I read about Turks and Caicos, same colonies, Cayman Islands, again I worry as to whether we are not going to the edge when we can use some other alternative. Any money borrowed from the CDB must receive the approval of the Secretary of State from the United Kingdom. When I took that document home and I read it, I felt like the BVI was going back to a state of colonization that we saw 30, 50 years ago. The controls that are now being introduced and implemented, and I'll use the word that I used before, they are degrading to us as a country that has made so much money, and a country that has made such bad use of the money. And here we are today, going to borrow this money, but we don't know what is the state of the finance of the country. I turned in my bed last night. Couldn't go to sleep. Particularly when I look at the instances of throwing away money. Money which we need today and money which we needed yesterday. I call it borrowing money to the incinerator. One side draws a plan to build a school, spend millions for that. Another side comes in, they don't want no school. What is wrong with it? And spend $1 million plus again to draw over the same plan. Yet you have people working for $4 an hour, suffering the pangs of poverty. That's what is happening. And I cannot associate myself with these types of actions. I don't care. Don't give me no project. I am saying that these things are wrong, and we need, all of us, we need to get together, and we need to see where we are going, where we are first, because none of us know, at least I don't know. And when we have discovered that, then we can figure out, well, where are we going to go? Because if anyone runs a business the way we are running the financial affairs of this country, you would have been bankrupt long ago. We have to take stock of what we are doing. When I read that UK document that says what we have to do with our budget, that says what we have to do if we are borrowing money outside of that guideline, I felt sick to my core. And instead of moving in the direction of a certain measure of autonomy and maybe eventually financial independence, I find that we are regressing. And who are we going to blame for this regression? Who? Did we put those measures in place that are necessary to ensure financial prudence? I ask this question over and under. Do we know? All we are faced with is, let's borrow some more. Let's borrow $15 million this time. Will we be able to borrow any money again after you borrow that? And that is if the United Kingdom government decides to allow you to borrow it. We can make all the noise we want about rich little country. What we have not done is use the money we collected wisely. That's what we have not. We have not dealt with the money we receive in the manner that we ought to have. We figure it couldn't finish. But take a look at our results. And all these things are relevant when you are going to borrow these large sums of money. You may say, okay, that's just $15 million. But it is even outside of the limit that Great Britain said that you can borrow. It's outside the limit. Do we need $15 million to fix the roads? I am a member of the House. Show me the report which says so. Show me that report which says that is how much we need. Was this a figure snatched from the sky? What is snatched from the sky? Mr. Speaker, and these represent my worries. They worry me. They worry me because my son and my cousins will be facing an uncertain future based on what I call financial irresponsibility. And I am elected, and it is for me to lend my voice against this type of action. I know we need to get the roads fixed. I have no problems with it. I have no problems with borrowing some money to get the road fixed. I understand that. But one of the problems we have is a problem with vision. Looking down the road, anticipating the problems that we can be faced with. Because when you anticipate it, you will know you want to keep a certain amount of money in your reserve. Because you can have these difficulties. We can't be spending willy-nilly like that. Taking barrels of money and pushing it and carrying it to the incinerator and burning it up. Because there's no difference between that, throwing it to the incinerator, and just throwing it away, wasting it away. And now we have reached to a point, Mr. Speaker, where we hardly know where to turn. We're living, we're hoping, but we are at a very, very sad state, Mr. Speaker. And I came back because I wanted to make a few points on our financial management and to say that we need to get together as a group and decide where we are going to go, how we are going to go, and what we're going to do it for, and so forth. And Mr. Speaker, I am worried. I'm worried, Mr. Speaker. I am worried, and I am not seeing clearly through the bushes. My view is obstructed. I am worried, Mr. Speaker. And it would be my recommendation, Mr. Speaker, that we have some opportunity to have a clearer understanding of the financial picture of the country. I need to know that. People come and ask me, I can't answer them. So that we can help to make a decision. We're elected too. I spend my money all around the place making posters to be elected, to help and to make contributions which I feel I am quite capable of making. And that is why I stand here today fearless, Mr. Speaker. And it matters not to me who I offend. We need to take a fresh look at our financial management, or else we face an uncertain future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.